Have you ever felt like you're putting in so much effort but only getting a fraction of the desired results? Or maybe you're overwhelmed by your to-do list and wondering if there is a better way to handle everything. Well, you're in the right place. Today I want to share something with you that can transform how you work, live. How you work and live. I wanted to say something else, it evaporated. It's called the 80-20 principle, and it's all about maximizing your results with minimal efforts. The 80-20 principle, or the Pareto Principle, is a simple yet powerful idea. 80% of your outcome comes from just 20% of your efforts. Imagine what that means for your productivity, personal goals, and overall happiness. You can achieve more with less stress and time by focusing on the right task. Sounds fantastic, right? In this video, I'll explain why this principle is so important, what you need to do to harness its power, and exactly how you can start applying it in your life today. Trust me, once you start thinking about 80-20, you'll see a significant shift in how you approach your daily activities and long-term goals. Why is the 80-20 principle such a game changer? And why should you learn about it? Let's dive in and find out how this simple concept can improve your life. Sometimes I have those moments of pause as I think, so bear with me. All right, let's get started with the big question. So why? Why is the 80-20 principle so important? First, the significance of 80-20 principle. It lies in its ability to help you achieve more with less effort. Thinking about it, think about it. By identifying and focusing on the 20% of tasks that generate 80% of your results, you can streamline your efforts and become incredibly efficient. This isn't just about productivity hack. It is a fundamental shift in how you approach your work and your personal life. So why do you need to learn about this? Why? Understanding the 80-20 principle can benefit you in countless ways, whether trying to excel in your career, improve your relationships, or find more time for hobbies and relaxation. Applying this principle helps you prioritize what's truly important. You'll start to see that not all tasks are created equally, and some activities, it is like not that balance, the impact it has in your success and happiness, and why this will change your life. It impacts the 80-20 principle on your productivity and personal goal is immensely. Imagine accomplishing more by doing less, reducing stress, freeing up time, and achieving your dreams faster. Focusing on the vital few tasks that drives most of your success will create a more balanced, fulfilled life. This principle empowers you to work smarter, not harder. And that's a game changer. What do you think about that? Put in the comments. Now that you understand why the 80-20 principle is so powerful, let's move on to what you need to do to leverage this principle in your daily life. Understanding this principle. So, what exactly is 80-20 principle? It's also known as the Pareto Principle. I believe I mentioned that. It is named, after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. In the late 19th century, Pareto observed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. This idea was later generalized to suggest that roughly 80% of effects comes from 20% of cause on many situations. In principle, 80% often comes from 20% of your efforts. This principle can be applied in various contexts like business, personal life, learning, and more. For instance, in business, you might find out that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients. In your personal life, 80% of your happiness might come from just 20%, of your activities. Here are some relatable examples. Consider your work. your work task. Maybe you spend hours on emails, meetings, and administrative work, but the most significant achievement comes from a few key projects or decisions. Or consider your personal goals. You might engage in various activities to stay healthy. Still, the most significant impact comes from a few core habits like regular exercise and balanced eating, understanding, sleep. Understanding this principle is the first step. But how do you identify the key activities that fall into place, like the crucial 20%? How? Let's dive into how you can figure this out. So identify your 20% activities. How do you do that? Now let's talk about these activities that truly makes a difference. This requires some self-assessment, looking into you, and reflection. Start by asking yourself some key questions. What tasks contribute most to my goals? Which activities brings me the most satisfaction or results? Where do I see the most significant impact of my efforts? Some of these questions help you pinpoint the activities that drives most of your success. Once you've identified these tasks, it is crucial to prioritize them. Make sure these activities get the majority of your life focus and resources. Remember, it is not about doing more. It is about doing more of what matters. To make this practical, list all your tasks and responsibilities. Highlight the ones that have the most significant impact in your life. Then look for ways to delegate, automate, or eliminate the less important tasks. By doing this, you are ensuring that your energy is spent where it counts the most. By focusing on your 20% activities, you'll be able to maximize your results with minimal effort, just like 80-20% principle, promises. What you should do. So, in applying the 80-20% principle in your life, what should you do? Let's break it down. First, identify critical activities that produce significant results in different areas in your life. Think about your work, personal goals, relationships, and health, for instance. In your career, focus on the tasks that directly contribute to your success, like strategic planning, critical projects. Identify the activities that brings you the most joy and fulfillment in your personal life. Next, consider what might be holding you back, from focusing on these 20% activities. Common obstacles including getting bogged down in low-impact tasks, dealing with constant distractions, or feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of responsibilities. It is important to recognize these challenges so you can address them head on. Finally, let's talk about the barriers that might prevent you from implementing the 80-20 principle. This can be both psychological and practical. On the psychological side, you might struggle with perfectionism, fear of missing out, or difficulty letting go of tasks. Practically, you might face issues like a lack of delegation skill or ineffective time and energy management. Check out my video on master productivity through time and energy management. You will learn the importance of managing your energy and time effectively. The link to the video is in the comment section on my channel. So let's continue. To overcome these barriers, start by changing your mindset. Embrace the idea that you don't have to do everything perfectly. Please accept that. Focus on doing the important things well. Learn to say no to distractions and low priority tasks. Develop your delegating skills and use tools to help manage your time and energy. By addressing these obstacles, you'll be better equipped to focus on the activities that truly matter. So here is how. Now that we've identified what you need to do and what's holding you back, let's talk about how to apply the 80-20 principle in your daily life. Here are some practical applications. First, let's look at the work, and productivity. In the workplace, focus on the tasks that have the most significant impact on your goals, because that's where outcomes, right? For example, if you're a project manager, prioritize critical projects that drive your team's success. Use tools like time blocking, task prioritization to ensure, that you spend time on the high impact activities. You can check all these things. These are just tips. Next, let's apply the principle to personal goals. Whether it is fitness, learning, relationships, whatever it is, identify the activities that benefit you most. For fitness, this might mean focusing on high intensity workout that gives you the best results. Learning could involve, dedicating time to most impactful resources or courses or YouTube like here. And in relationship, prioritize quality time with the people that matters to you most. Learn their language, love language. To illustrate how powerful this can be, let's look at some case studies. For example, for instance, companies like Apple and Google have applied the 80-20 principle by focusing on a few essential products that drives most of their revenue. On the personal level, many successful individuals have streamlined their routine to focus on high impact activities, leading to tremendous, I believe, success and fulfillment. By applying the 80-20 principle, you'll see significant improvements in both your professional and personal life. Let's talk about the actionable step. Let's break down some concrete action steps that you can take to start applying the 80-20 principle today. Step 1. Optimizing time and energy management. I spoke about this, but I love repeating so that it can stick. We all have 24 hours daily, but our energy levels, right? To manage time effectively, identify your high energy periods and prioritize high impact tasks during these times. The most essential technique is time blocking. Allocate specific time blocks for different tasks, using high energy periods for critical work and low energy periods for your routine tasks. This approach, it ensures you optimize both your time and energy for maximum productivity. Step 2, elimination. Identify low impact activities that takes up your time but don't contribute much to your goals. Look for ways to eliminate, delegate, or automate these tasks. This frees up more time for your high impact activities. Step 3, continuous improvement. Regularly review and adjust your activities to align with the 80-20 principle. This means periodically assessing your task and making necessary adjustments to focus on the vital few. Now, of course, applying the 80-20 principle isn't without its challenge. Let's talk about how to overcome some common pitfalls, okay? Because we all face pitfalls in life. One common mistake is trying to do too much. Remember, the goal is to focus on the vital few, not to cram. Not like to cram in as much as possible. Avoid the trap of perfectionism, please. Even me, I'm making mistakes. Look at it. I'm still going on. And embrace the idea of progress over perfection. I will still continue, whether I'm pitfalls or not. Another challenge is staying consistent. It is easy to fall back into old habits. Very easy. Especially when busy or stressed. To stay motivated, set regular check-ins with yourself to review your progress. Use reminders or accountability partners to keep you on track. And finally, recognizing that it is a journey. It is a journey. The 80-20 principle is a powerful tool, but it takes time and practice to master it. Be patient with yourself and keep refining your approach. By avoiding these pitfalls and staying consistent, you can fully harness the power of 80-20 principle and transform your life. Please put in the comment what related with you most. Have you used it? Did it work for you? Let's wrap this up. Today we've talked about, the importance to identify your key activities and the obstacles that might be holding you back. We've also covered practical applications, action steps, how to overcome challenges to ensure that you can effectively implement the principle into your life, focusing on the vital task that drives most your results. Can maximize your productivity and achieve your goals with less stress and effort. Now it is time for you to take action. Start applying 80-20 principle in your life today and see the incredible difference that it makes. And put in the comment, share your experience and success in the comments below. I'm looking forward to hear it. I'd love to hear how this principle transformed your life. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, 80-20 principle is all about working smarter, not harder. Focusing on what truly matters can create a more balanced, fulfilling life. Isn't that what we all look for? Until then, take care and stay focused on what truly matters. Thank you.